My name is Christoph Delaveau from TennisOxygen.com, Director of Tennis here at the Grand Harbor Golf and Beach Club in beautiful Vero Beach, Florida. I'm going to have a little fun with this next video. I'm going to talk about the tweener. And I did a video a long time ago when I was the one doing it. I mean, it's a shot that when I was a little kid back growing up in the red clay courts in Casablanca, Morocco, we spent hours and hours running and hitting tweeners. And so I did a video that just showing me running it down, but what I'm going to show you right now is a couple of tweeners from Roger Federer. He's the one that has done it not only repeatedly, but he's done it on the biggest stage. In the finals of the US Open 2 years ago, when he hit a passing shot against Novak Djokovic to give him actually match point. And so let's take just a fun look at the Roger Federer's tweener. Roger Federer will most likely hit many more tweeners in his career, but none will ever match the timing of this tweener. This tweener came on one of the biggest stages and one of the biggest moments in the match. It was the 2009 US Open semifinal against Novak Djokovic, and at that point gave him triple match point to go on to the finals. You will see here Roger running down a drop shot, Novak hitting a slice lob, and you can see Roger running it down and hit the tweener of his life, cross-court winner, as he celebrates in the look. You gotta be kidding me. So let's take a quick look now at the 8 tips that you need to do in order to master a tweener. Now Roger does this all the time. He pretty much takes a quick peek at the ball and right away has figured out where that ball is going to bounce. When I have my students work on a tweener, I have them chase the ball down while looking at the ball, tracking the ball. As you get better and you can figure out where the ball is going to bounce, you can just, put your head down, run down and look for the bounce. But Roger, pretty much, he's Roger Federer, he can do that. But I would recommend definitely tracking the ball. Now, second tip is you must run down with your racket in an Eastern backhand grip. Okay, not the continental. Go a little further and hold your racket in Eastern backhand grip, because that will open up the face of the racket. So at contact, the face will be open. As you're going to be hitting down and slicing the ball, you want the face to be open. Tip number 3 is as you're getting closer to the ball, after the ball is bounced, you're going to hold your racket straight up as if you're going to go ahead and try to smash it into the ground. So if you were to smash your racket into the ground, you will hold it up over your head, and that's pretty much the position you're going to take just when you're about to hit the tweener. You see Roger ran it down. He didn't hold the racket like that right away. First he positions himself and then gets the racket up. The 4th tip, and the very important tip, is since Roger is right-handed, he's going to keep the ball over to his left side right there. You're going to see that the ball is going to stay. As I'm going to show you a clip from the rear view, you'll see it a little clearer. But you want to keep the ball, when you run it down, you want to keep it over to your left side if you're right-handed, right side if you're lefty, because you're going to, as a right-hander, you're going to swing from right to left. So it's very important to not only let the ball go past you, but actually go past you to your left side. Tip number 5 is probably the second most important tip of hitting a tweener, is you want to let the ball drop very, very low, as if the ball was about to hit the ground. I mean, this is where contact is made, and let me draw a little line right here and show you in relationship to his socks where he's making contact with the ball. Look how low the ball is. So you must let the ball drop very, very low. Now, the most important tip, and it's going to show it better from the rear angle, we're going to look at it right now, is you actually run past the ball. So right here he's keeping the ball in front of him, and at the end he's going to make that little hop right there. That little hop happens as soon as the ball drops below his waist. Now he's almost going to run past the ball. So when he's making contact, he's overran the ball, and you will see that from a better angle in a second. But so contact is made when his body has gone past the ball. And the second to the last tip is point of contact, making the little wrist flick right here. Pretty much that's the stroke. It's going to be pretty much a flick of the wrist. The arm just brought a little racket head speed coming down, but right here it's a wrist flick. And you remember, do not follow through to avoid serious injury. All right. And the last tip I'm going to give you is, in order to keep you balanced, don't try to stop. That is a common mistake when students are working on tweener. They try to stop as they're hitting it. No, let you, like any other shot, let your momentum carry you through. And you can see how Roger here has taken another stride as the ball is leaving. So don't stop right away. Now, a great same shot, obviously, but a different look. And this is where I'm going to show you how important it is to let the ball drop over to the, see, Roger lets it drop over to his left side because he's right-handed. That's the first thing. Number two, I'm going to show you again the tip of how important it is. Look how low he let that ball drop. I mean, this is sock level right there. Look how much lower it is. But like I said earlier, the most important tip is you can have a better view right here. You see where his racket is, where he's making contact. He's overrun the ball. So let the ball drop very low, then pick up a little speed to put you to almost overrun the ball. So it is impossible to really, when you hit a tweener, to see contact because you've overran the shot. And there's a little flick of the wrist and obviously no follow through. And you remember what I told you, keep your momentum going. Don't stop. So hopefully these 8 tips that helped you out will help you hit a better tweener. And now let's take a look how you can practice hitting a tweener on your own. So now that you've seen how easy Roger makes it, I'm going to try to give you a couple of tips if you want to go out there and practice that shot. And you can practice it with a hitting buddy or just grab a bucket of balls and just have some fun with it. Just one little disclaimer. Do not follow through on that shot. Not recommended. Anyways, let's get serious. Grip of choice. You actually want more than a continental grip. You actually would like to have almost your one-handed topspin backhand grip, an Eastern backhand grip. And the reason why you want that, since I'm going to be hitting the ball over there, is when I'm going to make contact, the face of the racket will be open. So with an Eastern topspin backhand grip, I can really have the face open for the ball to go up. If you go with a continental grip, you're gonna have to use your wrist a little bit more, and definitely not with the forehand, because or the Eastern forehand grip, you won't be able to get the racket to go up. So try to get that grip to hold the racket into the one-handed topspin backhand. All right. When you're going to be running the ball down, you want to hang on to the racket as if you're like on the horse charging right there, holding tomahawk, a flag, whatever it is. But you want to run down the ball with the racket, run down the ball with the racket up. Number two, try always to keep your eye on the ball. Too often, my students going to try to practice that. They run, look for the bounce. Try to keep your eye on the ball, and then you pretty much got to figure out where it's going to bounce. So at first, just kind of throw the ball over, nice and easy, over your head. Okay, and like we saw what Roger was doing, was trying to let the ball drop as low as you possibly can. So I keep the racket head up, throw the ball right here, and I like to let the ball drop a little bit, and then try to scoop it underneath it. And pretty much that's what you want to try to do at first. Get used to just holding the racket up, flip it over your head, let the ball drop really low, and kind of flip it. Once again, no follow through, okay? Now, once you get used to doing that, then you can have somebody throw the ball a little higher. Now, one little advice, when you first try to learn to do that, you can go ahead and try to pick up your leg. It makes it a little easier to just pick up the leg right here. But the key really to the tweener is to let the ball almost drop to the second bounce. Because if you get it high, you're gonna hit yourself. Nothing is gonna come out of that. So it's really, I'm almost gonna let this ball drop extremely low to try to do it right there. All right, I know it's kind of a goofy little tip, but I used to do this when I was a kid back in Morocco, and it's a great way to end the point. And anyways, hope you had fun. A little silly video, but you're supposed to have fun on a tennis court, right? My name is Christoph Deliver from TennisOxygen.com, and you remember, don't follow through.